Okay, morena whānau, morena everybody, and just quickly want to turn our attentions to Aramatawai that's going to be happening tonight, as well as our final kōrero bite tonight. You actually put the tutorials up. You really want to understand kōrero tahi, that's one. And what was the other one I posted up tonight? Te mana o tāne ko te hakarongo. So that's our overriding objective. To accompany those, I have a tutorial that's coming up just after I do the Aramatawai, and that's because that's called the Johari window. And you would have seen that in your books, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But very quickly to right now, I want to just quickly turn our attention to our Aramatawai that's going to be happening tonight. As you can see there on a picture that I've just photographed, not a very good example of one, but Whakariterite really, this whole noho of you going into this space is really about you having an ability to apply Māori philosophies and principles in the resolution of conflict. And the main reason for why I put kōrero tahi up there, there's quite a few conflict resolution processes that we will use in the Moriora wānanga. So this particular noho, which is called Whakariterite, it was really about getting you into atua kōrero, getting you to feel, to experience of what it is to be in a atua space, in a iho matua space. And so so that you'll be able to apply these notions and these what we've got highlighted here, which are the philosophies and principles that resolve conflict. And kōrero tahi is going to be one of those overriding tools that you really need to use, because these are the tools that you probably would have seen processes like talk one at a time and all these, but it's a little bit different when you apply atua kōrero and koe te atua and the whakapapa and everything that's to do with that kōrero tahi process. And so we are likened, like I said, to tāne. So one of the things within the competencies looking at it is we're going to test you alongside three things. And those three things, very quickly, you need to know. Number one, Pae Tawhiti. Number two, Pae Tata. And number three, Manawa Tina. And if we haven't explained to you already what is Pae Tawhiti, you need to clearly be able to articulate what is Pae Tawhiti. And so if I just use an example, what is Pae Tawhiti in terms of the way you're learning and looking out at the horizon? Where do you see yourself in that assessment? Are you like this young gentleman in the picture? Are you standing far away? So he's at Pae Tawhiti. He's far away from the horizon. And you can see the horizon there where the sun is setting in the west. And we know that that's west because the sun sets in the west. And so we see that his learning, where he wants to be in terms of his learning, is out there, or her learning is out there on the Pae Mamao. So Pae Tawhiti is the stage where he's far away from the horizon, where they want to be in terms of Manawa Tina. Manawa Tina is right up there where the horizon, the sun is glorious, the sun is beaming, etc., and it's amazing. So that's what you're going to be looking at in terms of Pae Tawhiti, or secondly, Pae Tata. So what is Pae Tata? Pae Tata is that space you get closer. So if you can imagine that footpath there, that bit of road there extends a bit more, and he's able to walk a bit closer, and he's building his learning, and he's building his tools, and his road can go even closer. So Pae Tata is the space where you start getting closer to your learning in terms of your ability to apply atua kōrero, to apply Māori philosophies and notions and principles from our whare, not from the other whare, from our whare tūpuna. Ka pai? And so Manawa Tina, that is a three. So number two is Pae Tata, Pae Tawhiti konei, Pae Tata, and where you are there far away in the camera, that is what we call Manawa Tina. And so when we look real quickly at the competencies, we're asking you three things. And what are those three things? We're going to ask you about, firstly, the knowledge that you have attained What is the knowledge, the information that you have attained from Te Ara Tiatia, which we will talk about a little bit later? What has Te Ara Tiatia or our qualifications framework taught you or wānangad you in terms of the skill, the ability to understand the skill, the ability to demonstrate and practice your kaupapa with your own whānau and hapu? And I'll use an example, baby Micah with Sean and brother Jaden. You know, baby has been able to participate as rua moka within the process. It takes skill to engage children. It takes skill to engage adults. But more importantly is the third competency and assessment for tonight is we're asking you about your behavior. Are you able to demonstrate that? Are you able to give tikanga and to demonstrate tikanga in practice? So I also just listening to Paora, and Paora used the haka, and he demonstrated his ability to do haka. Adele used a kōrero with her matua, and she uploaded a video, and in there was those processes, those rituals of engagement, and she was able to apply tikanga within a video. And so this is what we are doing in terms of our assessment this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see you tonight. It's not my place to say where you are. You got to be able to say, are you a 1, 2, or 3? Are you standing right back here and understanding these Māori philosophy, these atua kōrero, and are you still number 1 when applying that to your family? You're not applying it to the Prime Minister of New Zealand, but you might be one day. But it's really the ability just to firstly apply it locally, home with your whānau and hapu, and then once you get up to that bigger space when we take you through, you'll qualify somewhere along this qualification framework in Te Ara Tiatia, underneath Te Korowai Aroha, you'll qualify as an iwi practitioner. But right now, in terms of whānau and ability to do this with whānau, you need to be a 3. That is out there, Manawa Tina, Tina, haumi e hui e tai ki, ka pai? So you need to be a 3 tonight. And you know, don't be of this notion that, oh, nah, I'm a 2. No, if you know you're 3 and you know what that looks like, grab it. I'm not the one to validate you. It's your kaumātua. And those kaumātua that you put on your passports, you go to them. You go ask them for your 3. You talk to your kaumātua. You talk to your tūpuna that you put on that passport. They're the ones that tell you that you're 3. Because I'll tell you what, if you look behind you, there ain't nobody there to really validate you unless you can bring them back. I don't know if that's way out talking. Anyway, that's me. That's really what this tutorial is all about. It's just basically about assessments, aromatawai, happening tonight at 6 p.m. We're going to spend about an hour catching up, but most importantly, to sign you all off tonight on the Zoom link. Ka pai? So, hoi anō I runga tēnā e tātou mā, keeping this under the 9-minute mark. We'll see you tonight. Kia ora tātou.